Russia has been written off more times than arguably any other modern state. Military defeat in Afghanistan during the 1980s helped usher in the demise of the former Soviet Union. But do recent Russian military defeats, mainly due to Turkey's help in Libya and Azerbaijan, for example, herald the beginning of the end for Russia's President Vladimir Putin, like his communist predecessors? Today on Decoded, we're asking if the Russian state, highly unlikely, but is it about to collapse? It's the early 1980s. The Cold War is in full swing, and capitalist and communist-backed forces are facing off around the world. In 1982, when open hostilities broke out in Lebanon, for example, Israel sought to rapidly eradicate Syrian air defenses in the Bekaa Valley during Operation Mole Cricket. Israeli drones developed throughout the 70s after the Yom Kippur War flooded Lebanese airspace, setting off Syrian air defenses, which Israeli fighter jets then destroyed. Without radar systems, Syrian pilots were also easy targets. It was the first time Western hardware totally eradicated Soviet-designed and maintained integrated air defense networks. It's argued that events in the Bekaa Valley showed the former Soviet Union could be defeated. Fast forward to 2020 and a very similar scenario played out again, where Russian technology failed. Turkey's NATO-grade drones and weapon systems overwhelmed Armenia's Russian-made air defense systems and tanks. The failure of Russia's Iskandar missile was so spectacular and ineffective that Armenia's own embattled president Nikol Pashinyan went public to warn other states how bad it was. Russian military hardware was also defeated in Libya, mainly due to Turkey's drones. It wasn't just equipment, but also personnel who were affected. Russian Wagner mercenaries sustained heavy losses from Turkish drones in warlord Khalifa Haftar's failed assault on Tripoli. And these are just the setbacks Putin has suffered outside of Russia. It's been a challenging few months for the Russian president back home as well. Imprisoned opposition leader Alexei Navalny has accused Putin of having a private $1 million mansion built for him by his close associates of billionaire friends, a house Putin denies he owns. In mid-2020, Navalny was poisoned with chemical agent Novichok, according to German authorities, who treated him for nerve agent poisoning. Navalny believes the Russian state was behind the attempt on his life, an allegation Putin says is fabricated. But upon his return to Russia, Navalny was rearrested at the airport, charged with violating probation terms while, get this, recuperating from his nerve agent poisoning in Germany, and sent to prison for 2.5 years. Protests sprang up and spread across Russia earlier this year after Navalny's arrest. But a crackdown has currently put an end to those demonstrations. It's seen 10,000 people arrested across 100 cities. To outside observers, Navalny is simply leading an opposition tired of its largesse of Russia's ruling elites. But does he have enough support, or will there be other dissenting voices to emerge? There are indicators to suggest all is not well in the Russian Federation. Financially, Russia is in a tight situation. The global pandemic has seen Russia's GDP slump to 3.1%, its biggest decline since 2009. International sanctions also continue to bite. They've been placed on Russia because of its invasion of eastern Ukraine and annexation of Crimea. The estimated rebuilding of Donbass will cost $15 billion. There's also unrest in Belarus. Street protests there after the last election saw Russia send security personnel to the country to put down demonstrations. Some still brave the weather. And with the ongoing engagement of Russia's military in Syria continuing to drain Moscow's financial reserves, people in Russia are questioning why essential services are not functioning as they should at home. With spring and warmer temperatures just around the corner, will we see protesters back on the streets and President Putin having to deal with a summer of discontent. Tell us what you think. Send your comments and suggestions on TRT World's YouTube page. I'm on Twitter @Ali_Mustafa.